Thank you. Very warm welcome. Today, we are living in a global diaspora. Millions of people around the world do not know their heritage, their ancestors, or their cultural connection to the land. This dispersion, alongside globalization and increasing urbanization, has led us to a disconnection from nature. This disconnection, above all else, has laid the groundwork for climate breakdown and climate inaction. Estranged from the land, we have alienated ourselves from our bodies and the stories that tether us to the earth. Still, whether we know it or not, the modern-day person is continuously seeking a sense of belonging, a place not just to inhabit, but a space where we have a relationship with nature. How do we come back to the land? How do we find grounding that is readily available beneath our feet, but we have forgotten how to feel? We can start with where we are, rooting into the localism of the body to re-inhabit this form. This is an essential step towards reindigenization, a reorientation towards our ecological identity as we reconnect back to the natural world. A practical framework for our reindigenization stems from Ecosomatics. Ecosomatics is the intersection between ecology, the environment, and the lived experience of the body. It connects us to an experiential understanding of the body as nature, as a living organism in the context of its environment and our own evolution. The methodology of Ecosomatics draws from indigenous practices and knowledge of the human body as it relates to its environment. It reminds us that we are made up of bones, membranes, fluids, and tissues that are composed of cells, atoms, molecules, subatomic particles, and nuclear forces all integrated together into one living matrix. Nothing exists in singularity, and everything is in relationship with one another. In these systems, evidence for our interconnectivity with the earth and humanity is revealed. By focusing on our own felt experience, we can redevelop our connectedness to the earth. Our bodily sensations open up a dialogue between the body and the land around us. This inevitably brings us back to our immediate surroundings and each other. Once we are reminded of our own body, we can use this as an anchor from where to build community and solidarity with the world. The nature-culture dichotomy, which characterizes the othering of the earth and all its living beings, can only be broken down once we know ourselves as a part of nature and nature as a part of us. Once we do this, we will realize that we are not protecting nature. We are, in fact, nature protecting itself. In order to disrupt our current systems, we have to come into the lived experience of nature as it is expressed in the body, and feel ourselves as part of the earth. By following an ecosomatics approach, we can tap into the body's and psyche's natural insights, which are themselves grounded in the self-balancing processes of the natural world. So you might be asking, yes, but how can I do this? Take a breath and bring your attention inwards, drawing the experience of the world around you in. Take another breath and feel your ribcage expand. Feel your ribcage expand, and as you exhale, feel the gravitational pull of your spine. Continue breathing and notice the rhythmic motion that's initiated through the cycles of your breath. Now, what can you sense? What can you feel? What is your immediate, direct experience? Do you sense your blood running through your veins like water? Your heart beating in rhythm with the earth? Your bones standing still like the earth's oldest stones? There is a living forest inside of you. You've just felt it. And this is what connects you to all that you are. The process of reindigenization is a way of reforesting our minds, reforesting our bodies, and reforesting our hearts. Studies from ecopsychologists show us that our human-nature relationship is multi-layered, and that our human and planetary health are inextricably linked. While we have been desperately seeking techno-utopian solutions for the climate crisis, it is in our relationship with nature that we can find creative and sustainable solutions. One example for this is urban gardening, wherever you can, on windowsills, in pots, or even on the streets, restoring your relationship with nature. By gardening, we are creating a reciprocal relationship with the earth, reshaping our environments, and bringing back biodiversity into nature-deprived areas, while positively impacting our well-being and physical health. So, while we actively pursue systemic change for climate and social justice, it is through our understanding of the relationship between body and land that we can reclaim our sovereignty from the governments and industries that have systematically led us to ecological decline and continue to oppress both people and the planet. After all, it is our relationship with nature that allows us to reimagine an equitable future for all. To dream another world into being, we need to reconnect to the earth and open up a conversation between body and land. So, where will your imagination take you? What gardens will you grow? Thank you.